What's good, YouTube? Again, I'm just going down the list and answering questions from the last post I made about what you guys wanted me to do videos about and answer questions, do video responses for. So this one says, should I be candid when they ask, I'm assuming a guy she's talking to, when they ask what you're doing or a WYD in the text message if I'm going on a date with another suitor, especially if they're breadcrumbing me or nah. I hate feeling overinvested. I'm gonna be honest. Shit ain't they business. Like, sometimes I understand the urge to say, yeah, I'm on a date with another guy. Ha ha ha. But it can feel like a grab for attention. It can feel like a temper tantrum. It could feel like a power move. So you don't necessarily want to do that. You don't want to be that explicit about what you're doing because it looks like an intentional offering of information that generally just makes a guy rebel against whatever power you're struggling to get in this relationship anyway. Instead, if you want to share that you're out or you're busy, which is the only real thing you need to do here is establish that you have a life outside of waiting around for this person, which is useless, by the way, anyway. If a guy is breadcrumbing you, not giving you energy or time, no matter what you do, I don't really care to change that person's mind. I want people to do exactly what they would have naturally wanted to do. I want you to be in your natural element, doing your natural thing. I don't want to sway you one way or another about liking me based on me manipulating how you feel I use my time. With that said, though, no matter if a guy's breadcrumbing you or not, but you've been spending time around a person and you have each other's interests, but nothing serious is established. There's no real progress being made. And the guy's asking you what you're doing, right? He's probably asking you because he's either going to text you or, FaceTime you or try to get a booty call. I don't know what he wants. But if a guy asks you what you're doing and you feel like he's been breadcrumbing you or wasting your time, the best thing you can just do is say, well, I'm out with a friend. If you are out on a date, you don't have to lie about anything. It's your business to tell or not tell, but I don't think that's his business to tell him specifically who and what. The best thing you can do is just say, hey, I'm out with a friend right now. I'll get you back later, right? I'm going to tell you why. In general, when guys hear I'm out with a friend, right, they can assume all they want that it's a male, but they didn't get that information from you. So they can't be resentful of you for giving them that information because it could be a woman, it could be a guy. Right? If a guy is really worried about if it's a guy, he has to then ask that question. But it's not up to you to try to make him jealous. And any ploy or any attempt to try to make a guy jealous by being too overt and offering too much information is usually just met with annoyance. I remember I was talking to some girl and she was trying to get me to kind of come back around because I didn't really like her. And I had told her I don't think we're compatible and it's cool. So, I told her I was honest with her. I didn't ghost her. I just was very honest with her. And so every time she got a date or went on a date, she would call me and be like, I'm going on a date. So-and-so is over here. And it was just weird. I was like, that's what's up. Enjoy yourself. So you don't want to do that. I used to talk to this one girl who wanted to make me work harder for her attention. And, I wanted her to at least meet me in the middle, and she wanted to be chased. And I don't believe in that. I believe in mutually respectful and beneficial courtships. I don't believe in some guy kissing a woman's ass to death. And I don't believe in a woman, chasing after some guy. I believe in two people agreeing to be honest with each other and just discover who each other is and give each other space to be imperfect and just discover their humanity. That's how I like to date. So I only respond to women who are responding to me the way I want them to. And so sometimes I meet a cover girl or a beautiful woman back when I was dating, and she would want me to do a lot more work than she was willing to do. So I would have to impress her. And I'm not that type of guy. I respect myself and I take myself seriously. So I would meet women who wanted more out of me, even though I was giving them the equal respect, equal effort and that type of thing. So I call them and they, hey, what's going on? Thinking I'm going to set up a date or something. And they'd be like, I'm on a date with so-and-so. Maybe if you would have told me this, and it would be a power move and I'd just be turned off. I would be irritated. But every time I text a girl, say, hey, what you doing? And she said, I'm out with friends. I then had to imagine what that actually meant, but I couldn't hold her responsible for whatever I guessed. I just had to be like, okay, well, I would like her to be free and available to me. So maybe I should make my plans with her a little bit earlier. Maybe I should be a little bit more prompt or more assertive with what I want. Because if that friend happens to be a guy, now I'm competing and I didn't want to compete or I didn't know I was competing. But even so, these aren't women I was breadcrumbing, right? So only a man who respects you and wants something out of you is going to give a damn if you're out with someone else. In fact, a guy who doesn't want anything from sex from you is really going to want you to be open and a little bit loose just because he wants to use that as an excuse to play with you. So it doesn't benefit you to say, yeah, I'm on a date. Because if he finds himself inside you that night or the next night, he's going to be like, well, I would have dated you, but, I know you be going out and stuff. You be dating other people. He's going to flip that on you if he's there to use you. So if a guy's breadcrumbing you, there's not a lot you can do anyway. So I don't want you to do this in response to breadcrumbing, but just in a general sense, when a guy's asking you about your business, but y'all don't have enough established, just tell him you're out with friends or you're out with a friend and you'll get back with him a little later. Whatever he guesses, whatever he concludes about that is on him. But it does give you an air of mystery, and it will increase interest in a person who had a little bit of interest to begin with, to be ambiguous and to be a little bit mysterious. We are all intrigued by the need to know more. So to answer your question, no, don't say I'm on a date with another suitor. Say I'm out with friends or I'm out with a friend. I'll get back with you a little later. I'll call you when I get home. I'll text you when I get home. If he likes you at all, if he wants to make any progress, if he wants to become important to you at all, he's going to start to put himself in a position to where when you're out with someone, he's going to know about it, or you don't have time to go out with anyone else because he's going to be taking that time up. And that's the guy who has an intent to love you or discover you or date you seriously. But a guy who's breadcrumbing you is probably disinterested anyway, because guys don't usually breadcrumb the women that they've chosen. They breadcrumb the women who have chosen them. So I hope that helps. Don't waste too much time trying to make a guy jealous if he's breadcrumbing you. That's not the play. But be ambiguous, err on the side of mystery, and that usually intrigues a man and it increases interest in general. And that's how we all are. The person who makes us think, the person who makes us question them or wonder is generally on our minds more. And the person who fills up the most of our leisurely thought time is the person we generally like the most. They're not the guys that you forget about until they text you or call you. They're the guys that you're thinking about the whole day or thinking about a lot of the day, trying to figure them out. Right. So this gives you an air of mystery to say, I'm out with friends or I'm out with a friend. I'll call you back, and be really nice about it and really prompt in returning the phone call or returning the text message. Don't play with people just because somebody has played with you before. If you want a guy, you have to show him respect, because he's generally going to probably be a man of respect and have respect for himself. So you don't want to play those types of games. Never look like you're playing games. So anyway, I hope this helps. Follow me at KFake24 on Instagram. I'll get with y'all later.